Hello, welcome to Nielsen Ratings, episode 125, with me, your host, Lance Nielsen of the Outcast Creative, and my regular co-host, Stupenzolicious, all the way from Texas, where currently the World Cup is being fought out in the stadium.
It's raining.
It's raining. Is it raining men or is it just raining?
Both.
Is it? Have you noticed a change locally because you're partly hosting the World Cup? Has there been bigger queues on the roads?
I'm in a small town like 40 minutes from Houston. But if I lived in Houston, yeah, I'd probably notice a big change.
Right.
Probably a bunch of tourists out there.
Yeah. Well, that is indeed true. Plus, all things like hotels and cafes and stuff like that would be overrun with football fans, and the
I didn't even
bars.
think of that. Yeah.
Post and pre-game, pre-game.
Now, Houston specifically, I think hosts like a couple games like this week, next week. I don't know. But it's been all over the country, the games.
Just going to bring in the King of Spiders, Critic also here.
Good evening.
Before we continue with our usual programming, I just want to say thank you to everybody who shared the posts both on Facebook and on other social media platforms, particularly Twitter. I can't get used to calling it X still, but X. For my friend Vinsky Grant, her son had gone missing and had been missing for 8 days, and the police had just got involved. I saw a post on her page. This is a friend of mine from the rave community that I've known for about 2 years, and I called her up to get sort of information, and he was basically a vulnerable adult. But they were very concerned because he'd missed his 35th birthday, of which there'd been big preparations and things for him. And he'd never been out of contact with his mum for more than 2 days. So we did a big push on social media to look for Andrew, was his name. And I'm led to believe, I don't know the full story yet, but I'm led to believe that somebody saw it going around social media, because we really did do a big push and lots of people got involved. Lots of my big name friends in the media got involved. Very kind of them to assist. And somebody got hold of him and knew where he was, and he is now safe and well and back home. So
where the hell was he?
I don't know the full story. I don't know, but he's a vulnerable adult. So there's won't go into any further information, but those stories don't often end well. When someone's gone missing for more than 8 days, those stories, it's not normally a happy ending. And I just was like, oh my God, I was already reeling with the emotion of the passing of Sam Neill, one of my favorite actors. And I thought, my God, now I'm going to have a friend who's lost her son. This is going to be a really bad Monday. But then, it was in the early hours that it was reported that he was safe and well. So thanks to everybody who did that. You did a good thing. It worked, So
it's always nice when they turn up.
It is. Absolutely.
Well, you could see my reaction to the Sam Neill news like in real time, because I was like in the middle of Dorkside, and I don't do this often where I'm like rewatching old episodes of Dorkside, but I gotta say, last Sunday's episode was like one of the funniest Dorksides of this year. Anyway, it was
not because of that news, I imagine.
No, that helped. No, I'm just kidding. No. It was 9 hours, and it was there was no fat on that episode. But like we're like 4.5 hours in, right? And we're watching a pilot to a show called Hollywood Dog, starring Hank Azaria as a cartoon dog that's a talent agent. It was a really stupid show. And there's a person in the credits called Conchata Farrell. And I'm like, who? I know that name. Who's Conchata? We're starting talking about Conchata and Mexican women and, their fun names. And Conchata Farrell shows up on screen. And it's that fat lady, the aunt from Krampus, the neighbor from Edward Scissorhands. She's in Aaron Brockovich. She's in a ton of movies. And we're like, oh, it's her. And we're looking at her well-storied career.
Yeah, she
And we're
runs
like-
the office in Brockovich, doesn't she? She's like
Right.
the law office under Ed.
Yeah, and we're looking into her career. We're like, wait, is she still alive? And we're like, no, she died in 2021 or something. Oh, bummer. And then Scooby's like, no, I was saying Sam. Scooby's in the chat, and she's like, no, I was saying Sam Neill died. And I was like, no, he's not dead. He got better, remember? And then we're like, oh wait, no, he's dead. Like that was announced. Like it. I think I was like one of the first people to like talk about it. Like it was announced like just like a minute prior. It was trending on Twitter.
Yeah,
Which
no,
I guess,
apparently, because apparently he beat it, but then you hear in the interviews is like, oh no, I had other stuff to worry about than cancer. Like so. Did he not get chemo or anything like that?
I don't know. We talked about it.
He beat the cancer.
We were talking about it, and it was like, we realized that it would be better if the cancer just came back, because it's actually way worse if you beat cancer and then something else kills you, like you get hit by a bus or something, or a heart attack or embolism.
Yeah, so like the guy in BoJack Horseman, then
it's a lot better, like karmically, if like, nope, that bastard cancer came back and we didn't beat it. I think that's more less frustrating, I guess. But yeah, what an awesome career, man. We were looking at all the Sam Neill movies. I mean, because we were talking about the Armand Desante Odyssey. We're talking about, like, as long as the Chris Nolan one is, like, anywhere close to that quality, it'll be fine. But honestly, I was saying the Sam Neill Merlin movie is better than the Armand Desante Odyssey movie. That one is awesome, and it's shorter.
Is the Amanda Sante Odyssey actually a TV miniseries, or was it?
Yes.
It felt like a TV miniseries.
Yeah, it's like two 90-minute,
Yeah,
films.
and it came out on DVD, I think, in the early 2000s, because I rented it.
Merlin was the same thing, but Merlin was only 2 hours, so that's cool.
And welcome, Northern.
Yeah, how you doing? Hello, Wormy Spoons. Hello, everyone in the chat. And
my name's not Wormy Spoons.
Yeah, back to Amanda Sante. If he says, "No," I might watch it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, before we get onto Sam Neill, so just a couple of things. And good to have you on board, Northern. I know you just come off another stream, so we're not just going to talk about Sam Neill tonight. I did do a dedication stream to him, I think just after you came off air, actually. And so I went live at 1 p.m. UK time, and I think you were still streaming at like 12:45.
Yeah, I was streaming the all. I was doing Buffy with Toxic and Critic.
Enzo was still doing his stream.
I know. I went to sleep like shortly after you started. I saw Proctofile was there with you, so I didn't pop in because you weren't alone. I was like, all right, well, he's got something.
Yeah, I need to try and jump on your stream again some Sundays.
Yeah,
so
man.
Northern, were you on as you were streaming as well Monday afternoon?
Yeah, I was. Like I said, I was doing the Buffy and Angel stream with a lot of Toxic and Chris Kingsford and Tony Boy.
Too many streams, not enough hours.
Well, indeed. Gosh, it's like, streaming real estate is.
Yeah, I probably will have to take a hiatus from YouTube in general for a while, because as much as fun as it is doing this stuff, sometimes you do need to take a break and do more real life stuff. But...
Mate, well, that's why I go raving every weekend. So I mean, when I first started this. With the Nielsen ratings, basically Tuesday was the dead day. Tuesday was the day that no one was doing streams. And now there's there's one right before mine with Blue Collar Loser. There's one right after mine with another guy, it's all rammed, but back to back now, back to back. Good to see a few regulars in the chat. Hello to Snorter Poopus, Keith, and a couple of others. We've got Aaron in. Good to see you, Aaron. Who is going to the cinema to see the Odyssey this week?
My tickets are booked for Friday.
Are you booked for Friday day, Al?
Yeah, about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, great. So you're coming on the Friday night thing, right? Where we're going to talk about it. We've got
I guess. I thought you were doing it that weekend, but yeah, I can probably make that Friday evening.
This Friday. We actually discussed this last week. I'm just reminding everybody. In case
I thought it was at the weekend. My apologies. Yeah, I can make that Friday. It's not a problem. I'll get my review done.
Friday,
And
I consider Friday part of the weekend. The weekend for me is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was my child ideology of the weekend, and it has remained ever thus. But yeah, we're on Friday at the agreed time. I think it was, when did we
I'll try to pop in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go for like hours or anything, but I just want to get a panel on. Well, we can, Enzo, if you want. We're live at 8 o'clock. I mean, bearing in mind it's my birthday the next day. So
what is that, like 2
Happy
p.m.
birthday
my
tomorrow,
time?
man.
All right.
Yeah. My birthday
not
on
tomorrow,
18th.
Saturday.
So wait, your birthday, you're obsessed with Greece, the Odyssey's coming out. How serendipitous.
Are you rating it up on your birthday then?
I just wanted to make sure we did a review on Friday the 17th because I wanted to sort of get the opinions in straight away. See what
you want to beat all the chuds, right? Before their toxic influence can poison all of our minds.
Well, no, not really. I just thought it would be good to do because there's been so much spat about it. I've seen it.
I know.
I
can't wait to talk about how Zendaya and Lupita Luongo and Ellen Page are in the movie for 30 seconds each. I can't wait for that to be a problem.
Honestly, I'm going to find Zendaya harder to buy as the goddess of wisdom than Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. I really am.
Yeah, I'm Zendaya. I'm like the goddess of wisdom and stuff.
Yeah, but
whatever,
I mean,
man.
Isabella Rossellini plays Athena, and we all love it, right? So I mean, what the hell's the difference?
Let's see. Well, I'm just going to reserve judgment until
there was a race swap in the Armand Asante 1997 one as well.
Yeah, Vanessa Williams was Calypso, and she was hot as hell in that movie. Damn.
By the way, that's a good movie. That one as well.
Yeah, I want to watch the 1958 version of the Odyssey as well, and I also want to watch the Wishbone Odyssey episode, Homer Sweet Homer. We'll watch that on Sunday on Dorkside.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier on Blues Channel, and he mentioned he wanted, because Chris Nolan probably wanted it to originally be like Jason and the Argonauts, and I just want to watch Jason and the Argonauts now.
I just want to see how crazy he's gonna go. I really don't want to see a grounded, realistic Odyssey. That's why I was excited when I saw the Cyclops in the trailer. I was like, cool,
Cyclops,
more of that.
Scenes,
witches and goddesses and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
zombies.
I used to love listening to about all those Greek myths at school, and watching the TV programs where this posh, very classy narrator would go, then he stuck it in the Cyclops eye, and then you get that ominous music. Someone does the voices of the monsters. It was really captivating, and I would love to see movies of that. Then I watch films like The Clash of the Titans, and I'm like, oh, it's so different to the original myth, but I still fucking love it.
The thing with Jason and the Argonauts, and it was number one when we did top 10 fantasy films of all time. I don't know if any of you guys were on that stream. I was on that with Matthew Holmes, and the thing about it is that they ran out of money, so the film just ends. It's like he doesn't quite finish his quest, and then it cuts to the gods saying, yes, we've got many more things for Jason to do. And then it just cuts to credits, and it's like, what? So I saw that in the cinema, by the way, as a double bill re-release with The Humanoid, which was the Italian answer to Star Wars. They packaged them together, and they released them both in 1979. So I've got to go and see those together.
Did you ever see the old, I don't know if it was Italian, the European Hercules movie that suddenly tears into a Jason movie, Jason and the Argonauts movie?
I don't know. I'd need to know the title. I've seen so many.
I'm trying to think now. Hercules something, but it was really old. The voices are dubbed.
Have a Google. Have a look on IMDb.
I'm trying to look at it now. Okay.
According to Lord of Toxicity 1051, which must be a different Lord of Toxicity to the one I know because he's not that many years old. Nolan has lost it. R.I.P. Sam Neill. Happy early birthday. Thank you, my friend. Minimum birthday thank yous are at least $200, but I'll take it. So,
I mean, his last movie won Best Picture, so I mean,
I'm just like, again, I've not been drawn.
My favorite is like fucking YouTube armchair critics saying Chris Nolan is a hack. This is like when I was living with this guy who was a fucking drunk who did nothing but drink soda and smoke cigarettes and play video games all day. he was twice my age. I was like 20 and he was like 35. And this is around 2009 when Avatar was coming out. And I remember saying, dude, that Avatar movie looks crazy, right? And they're like, I remember him just like taking a drag off a cigarette and be like, James Cameron, he's such a fucking hack. And I'm like, dude, you're a loser. What are you talking about? Like,
Is he not one of the goths? It sounds like one of the goths out of South Park.
Yeah,
he was the kind of guy. Yeah, totally. He was the kind of guy where you'd bring up Forrest Gump and he'd be like, oh my God, that movie's a piece of fucking shit. I fucking hate it. It's like, dude, I was saying this on Sunday, man. Like, there's this like obsession, this hyper fixation on failure. It's why like people are going, like grown men are going out to see Moana because it sucks. They don't want to go see Evil Dead Burn, which I did. You know, that's a movie that, you know, that's more my speed. But like, it's baffling that you're like, people are like grown men are obsessing about the Moana live action remake. Like, I'm sure it's bad. I don't like the animated Moana movie. So, I mean, it's not for me.
Gets them clicks though, doesn't it? That's the thing.
I guess, yeah. We got to stop. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everyone's fixated on failure. You know, everyone wants everything to fail.
Well, this channel is
people like wake up. They're thinking about failure nonstop with like malicious glee. It's not normal. Like I was talking about this on Sunday. Like when the Flintstones live action remake came out, the movie with John Goodman, were there like 40, 50-year-old men back then, like fucking raging about how it's like not accurate to the cartoon or whatever? No, this is like a current day phenomenon. Like grown men obsessively hating a woman, an actress in half their age. Zendaya. It's like nobody brought up Zendaya. You brought up Zendaya. What are you talking? Why? What's this hatred about Zendaya? I don't know. I don't like her. I don't care. I don't hate her. You know, she's there. Whatever. She's not particularly great. I mean, I get the indifference. But
I can see people being a bit fed up that she's in like 5 films this year and 2 in July. I mean, that you are.
It's not that she's in, you know, too many films. She's in all the films you're going to watch. That's the problem.
But I mean, the thing is, right, is that at the end of the day, good for her. That means she's got a fucking good agent, a really good manager. She's doing.
I mean, I do agree that her presence in all these movies does feel. I do agree that it does feel. She does feel like one of those artificially propped up celebrities. You know.
I mean, maybe, but
you know,
I'm
I don't
not
get mad about it.
If you're an actress and you're in her shoes, you know, you're gonna be getting every job you can and the best paychecks that you can while it lasts, because you've got a limited shelf life in that career. So
well, the way I see it, the more movies she appears in, the more, you know, she has a chance of convincing me she can actually fucking act. So
yeah,
let's wait and see.
Anyway,
let us 5 opportunities this year.
It is not Zendaya discussion of the week. It is Sam Neill discussion of the week, and we're going to move on. So this is the first movie I saw Sam Neill in at the cinema. I went to see this film knowing nothing about it on the opening night at the Warner West End in Leicester Square. I still have the ticket for this in my box of cinema tickets. This was the UK cinema poster, which I absolutely love. This poster, I think it's great, and it was a really fantastic film. It's still one of Sam Neill's best movies. It's still one of Nicole Kidman's best movies. It's Kidman at her finest,
before her implants,
and before Tom Cruise, before both of those traumatic things.
Yeah, she's really gorgeous in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. But it's also just a beautifully directed film. It's just 3 people. 2 people go to rescue a third individual who's played by Billy Zane from a boat that's adrift. I don't want to say anything else about the film. That's the premise. And
I mean, we've all seen Dead Calm, right? Damn it! I mean,
you know what? There's a lot of people that haven't seen this movie. It came out in '89. It's you know, it's people great. That are 2 or 3 generations younger than me. They didn't all grow up in the same films. Some people have not seen
Billy Zane's proper nutter.
I'm still confused about the sex scene. Like, why do they have sex? Like, what?
She's basically in this film. Well, I don't want to give too much away. Have you seen it?
Damn it,
Northern. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I remember seeing the trailer for it last, so I will try and watch it because it's got Billy Zane. Billy Zane's awesome.
No, yeah, because I mean, I need to rewatch it.
It's got Sam Neill in it. I'm going to watch
I
it
mean-
because of Billy Zane. We're doing a Sam.
I know
Neill
you got
dedication
Sam
thing.
Neill and Billy Zane, and
Billy
it's
Zane's
a good
great.
win. It's a good winning combination.
I
Sam
do
Neill's
prefer
not on
Billy
the
Zane,
poster,
and
but he
I
is
do
in
like
the
Billy
film, I
Zane.
can assure you.
I do like Billy Zane more in Demon Knight, but Billy Zane's good in this one. But yeah, the question was, okay, that's it. All right, I thought because it's like I remember the movie, but like I was forgetting. Like, wait, was there some kind of like they don't know each other, right? It's all just totally. He's just a random psycho on a boat, right?
I mean, Northern hasn't seen it, and I'd love him to
God
watch
damn
the
it!
film.
Close
Tell
your
us-
ears, Northern, for 10 seconds.
I'll just fall asleep for a bit. Okay.
Okay, hang on. Right, continue, Enzo.
No, I mean that's my question, right? Like, she doesn't know him previously, right?
No, she doesn't.
Right.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
movie, she's trying to lead him along as if
Right,
they're
right,
going
okay.
to be a couple and
Yeah.
live happily ever after.
Right,
while
right,
she's
I gotcha.
attempting
I
to
remember.
drug him and yeah, blah blah blah. Blah.
I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure my memory was accurate.
Yeah, and Northern's back in the room. All right. Good
Damn.
to see
Yeah, I
you.
didn't
Good to
hear
see you,
fuck all.
Leroy.
I didn't hear
All
fuck all.
Anyway,
Come on,
listen.
that's okay.
I did a dedication to Sam Neill yesterday. It's a couple of hours long. A couple of people popped in. I literally put the link up in public domain, like anybody could have come on. And it's a spoiler alert because we've got people on the panel who haven't actually seen it. Toxic, so consideration for them.
I get it. Deadcom is not a huge. It's not.
I mean, it was like
It's
a
not
sleeper.
Jurassic Park where everyone's
No,
seen
it was
it.
a sleeper hit, but it was anyway. I did 5 films of Sam Neill's you must watch if you haven't seen them, and I tried to pick out films that people wouldn't necessarily have seen, and this was the first one that I chose. I also chose The Dish, which I'm going to talk about.
So I saw The Dish for the first time when I was on your stream to talk about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that was
you
a good
liked
one.
it. If I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I remember. So like obviously Jurassic Park and Event Horizon and Mouth of Madness and these are all. But what's funny is like we were talking about his movies on Sunday, and someone in my chat, I don't remember who. I think it was Max Redstone or somebody, but someone was saying I should watch this movie with him called Sirens, and I had never seen it, and I watched it, and I loved it. It was a very funny, sexy English film.
That's the one where he plays the artist, doesn't he?
Yeah, Hugh Grant is a priest in the 30s, and he goes to Australia. He's in Australia. There's like a museum, and they have an exhibit, a bunch of art, and this art is considered, scandalous because it's a bunch of naked women, naked fairy women. And then there's one that's blasphemous, where it's like a woman being burned at the stake. She's naked. And then Hugh Grant and his lovely wife go holiday to Australia, and the idea is they want to convince him to, draw something else, that's a little more appropriate. But him and his hot wife are there, and he is living there with his wife, his 2 young daughters, and 3 hot babes who are like his live-in like art models. And it's the one who married Ellen DeGeneres from Arrested Development. She's young. She's like, I don't know, in her teens. She gets naked. Then it's the Anthony Hopkins' hot wife from The Edge. She gets hella naked, and she's fine as fuck. And then there's the other woman who is she changed her name to something very Jewish. She's put on some pounds, but she's also very beautiful. And it's basically like these, it's all about contemporary opening up to sexual things and being less inhibited and stuff. But it was quirky, it was funny, it wasn't like a big drama, it was like one of those movies.
Sexual awakening kind of weird comedy, isn't it?
I liked it a lot. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't this heavy drama. There's like this thing where the wife is having like this inappropriate kind of thing with this blind gardener guy. Yeah. And I liked how that resolved. It wasn't like a big deal, It was like, she gets a little handsy with the guy, and, she tries to confess with her husband, Hugh Grant, and he's like, you know what? This is okay. We have some secrets with each other. And the movie just kind of, and then they go home and the movie ends. And it was like a really, it ends with her being put in one of his paintings, and she didn't pose for him or anything. But Hugh Grant is kind of outraged, and then he tells his wife to look at it, and she's like, "It's a nice likeness, I like the painting."
And Sam Neill's also in it. We should mention.
No, yeah, Sam Neill is the
apart
painter.
from all these naked women that Enzo
right.
spent 5
but
minutes.
Sam Neill, a lot
Sam
of Sam
Neill's
Neill
also in
scenes.
this film.
Yeah, Sam Neill is like painting these naked women a lot, but also he's having these heated, like lively debates with Hugh Grant at dinner about, religion and philosophy and stuff. Yeah, it was a great recommendation. I liked it a lot. Definitely worth seeing.
Mm-hmm. It's a good film.
I saw this at the cinema, I can tell you.
Hell yeah.
I got a limited release in the West End, UK. Yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it. Kind of quirky. Hugh Grant was a lot of fun in it, and it was a good film. I'm trying to find a picture of Sam Neill in it. They're not giving me one.
mean,
it's literally
funny
a
'cause,
picture
like,
of everyone
he's not-
but Sam Neill.
Yeah,
here.
he's not. He's like the big anchor character. The whole story revolves around him, but he's not really the central focus, and he's not really. He's got some fun scenes where, like I said, him and Hugh Grant are just kind of debating, but it's kind of in the background. The whole point is about his wife interacting with these three, sexually awakened women, to kind of make her think outside the box a little.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you know what the first Sam Neill movie was that you ever saw?
Like I say, I mean, definitely Jurassic Park was early because I would have been like 8 years old when that movie came out. But I feel like I saw the Omen movies before that. But
I
didn't.
You used to watch horror films at your house. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it could, but the first time I noticed Sam Neill was Jurassic Park, obviously. But then, like shortly after that, Mouth of Madness and Event Horizon, like back to back, basically, like finding both of those movies around the same time, 95, 96, like I was like, who is this guy? Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything before, but it was probably like when he was playing Damien in the sequels, it was probably the first time I saw him. First time I noticed him was probably Jurassic Park, like a lot of people my age. In phrase.
Why is it, we've discussed this before, right? Why is it that IMDb has suddenly got all these screen grabs of naked bits from films?
Right.
Everywhere?
Dude, I've told you, no, this is not a new thing. I mean,
no, but last time I came onto Dead Calm, they didn't have all the pictures of the grape scene.
People can it's like Wikipedia, people can add things to the trivia section on these movies is always growing. Like people can add new stuff. So yes, it's not hard for a verified IMDb, super user or whatever you have to be, and you could just like submit pictures, screen grabs from various movies.
It's like Board Game Geek. You can just put stuff.
So yeah, be careful.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, to be honest, if you accidentally showed like some nudity from a scene like this, like your stream would be fine. Worst case scenario, it would be flagged like 18 and up. But you can go and post and blur it out yourself, in the YouTube editing studio. I've shown fucking, Sammy showed like full blown pornography for like several seconds on his show one time.
Well, it wasn't monetized.
Yeah.
What happened?
Nothing. His stream was up for like a day, and we were
was that
like,
when you
dude,
was
Sammy.
that when you scrolled too far on Twitter? I remember that one.
He was scrolling
Yeah,
on Kanye's Twitter page when he was like spamming a bunch of pornography, and I was telling Sammy like, stop scrolling. But it was crazy because the video, you can get away with showing nudity, but like sex, penetration, like that's a no-no.
Yeah,
that's against the community guidelines. And his stream was up and viewable to the public for like 24 full hours before he privated it, edited out the scene, and then put it back up. He never got any kind of flags or anything. So, I mean, I don't know.
Probably pre-AI YouTube.
No, I think it's because you're sharing a screen, right? And there's like, let's say you're going to see naked Nicole Kidman right now. Let's say she's naked in this picture right here. It's only taking up like, 10% of the frame. So the AI has a hard time detecting stuff when it's like, in a small screen like that. Like if Alan had just replaced his camera with just pornography, it would take a while for the AI to figure it out. You know,
That sounds like a challenge. No.
Well,
Right.
back to Sam Neill. Highly recommend Dead Calm.
Poor Sam.
Also highly recommend The Dish, which I also talked about yesterday.
Or like
Again,
some other early ones he was in.
Yeah.
Invisible Man, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
I
Now-
actually
It's
quite
been a
like that
long
film.
time since I've seen it though, but this was like the first time I saw him as the villain, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
he's pretty good at being a smarmy
yeah.
Scumbag, isn't he?
right.
Yeah.
The first time I
Daybreakers,
saw him
he's a
was the
great
Hunt for
villain
Red
in that one.
October.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Captain Botherlin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Critical. That was the first time you saw him.
That was the first time I saw Sam Neill. Yeah, watching it with my dad before Jurassic Park came out. I saw Jurassic Park at the cinema. I did not see Hunt for Red October at the cinema. But
I
saw
took
it on TV.
I took my parents to see The Hunt for Red October at the cinema for, I think it was my dad's birthday, and we went to the Empire Leicester Square Hall to see it together. I still have the ticket,
Another good film.
and yeah, it was. I mean, it was good. It
Little
wasn't
dodgy Russian
but
accents, but other than that, it was all right.
I thought Sam Neill's accent was pretty good.
It was better than Sean Connery's. They just didn't try.
Yeah,
I'm Russian, you know. I'm Russian like you, but I'm really Russian.
Fortunately, he made Sam Neill's Russian accent look brilliant.
Yes.
I know.
I would like
I
to
love
see
the
France.
switch to English in that movie is so funny.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
the way
clever
it sort
tool.
of the way it sort of zooms into the mouth while they're speaking Russian, and then pans back and they speak English.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
position-
It was a clever tool that, because there was no way that was going to sell on the American market with America, with Russian subtitles through 60%
Right.
of the movie. Not at that
Of
time.
course.
So that's what they did.
Possession is an early Sam Neill movie that I saw, fairly recently, like in the last few years. That one's wild. And
I've seen that one.
Yeah,
and then of course,
that came
A
out-
Cry in the Dark was like one of his big breakthroughs, right, with Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Cry in the Dark came out when I was working at
Dingo
the
ate the
cinema.
baby.
That's one of the films where I really saw, wow, this guy's a good actor. And I was working at the cinema when that came out, so I got to see it I don't know, about 20 times. And bearing in mind, he's playing Meryl Streep's husband, and he holds his own in all of his scenes with her.
Right.
Right. And neither of them are natives to Australia, so they're playing two iconic, well-known Australian people in the public domain. They're both non-Australian actors. They both did a superb job. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's another one I would recommend of Sam Neill's that you check out for sure.
I quite liked him in Bicentennial Man, actually.
Yeah,
See,
very
that-
underrated. Very underrated performance.
That came up yesterday,
Yeah.
and I've seen that film, but it came out not long before. I think it was early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
2002. I
so,
think.
It
Yeah,
is
I mean,
2000
it makes
or
sense with the
99.
title of it and everything.
Yeah,
so,
and I know I only saw it once, and it came out a few years before I had my brain injury, and I can't remember a thing about it.
it's worth watching again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is very underrated. It's one film I've didn't really appreciate as a kid, but as I
It was
watched it
marketed
last year as an
poorly.
adult, it's you do start kind of really admire the the philosophical.
Didn't we recently do a
aspect of
stream on
humour.
it, Northern?
Yeah. Yeah, we did a stream with it, didn't we? Losers Lounge.
It was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thought so, yeah.
Yeah, and he's kind of because he's kind of the guy who basically sees potential in Robin Williams' character becoming human.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
plays the dad, doesn't he? The family.
I also
Stern, I think he's called.
I didn't know. I never saw The Horse Whisperer, but people were saying he's in The Horse Whisperer. He's good in that one. And you're like, cool, okay. Obviously, Hunt for the Wilder People is amazing. That's
Yeah,
like
that
his
was another
last
recommendation.
great
Yeah,
movie.
no, back when fucking what's his name with it, Thorne God and Thunder was actually doing good films and just directing and letting other writers write the movie.
What's crazy is not Sunday, but the previous Sunday we were showing. It was 4th of July. We were showing scenes of people getting their hands injured in movies, because of fireworks, and the piano was brought up when Sam Neill cuts off Holly Hunter's fingers.
Yeah,
And,
God,
so
that
it's
is
just
a
crazy.
shocker. That
I
sequence.
know. Spoilers.
Yeah. That was a
good movie.
movie I saw in a packed cinema, and I remember when I came out of that film, and I had two thoughts. One was, God, I feel miserable. I never want to see that movie again. that film's going to win a shitload of awards.
Hell
It
yeah.
just felt like a movie that was made to win awards, but not to give you a pleasurable cinema experience.
One of my favorite gags. This is a tangent, it's not even related, but it's in The Simpsons when the boys sneak out with their fake ID and they go see Naked Lunch and they come out of the movie theater and Nelson looks at the marquee and he's like, I can think of at least 2 things wrong with that title.
You know what? Now that you mentioned The Simpsons, Sam Neill was in that as the cat burglar, wasn't he?
The cat burglar episode's great.
Yeah, and he was like really charming. He's like, I may have stolen all your possessions, but you, people of Springfield, have stolen my heart.
He's like,
I've
treasured all
yeah.
your belongings. It's under a big T.
Yeah,
Is that what he tells him, right?
Yeah, and I love how everyone's like, oh, let's let him go. He's been so charming. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but he broke the law. And when you break the law, you have to go to jail. And then fucking Mayor Quimby comes out and gives him the bribe money. It's like, you couldn't pick the worst time, could you?
Yeah.
That's a take on It's a Mad, Mad World and Pink Panther, that episode.
Yeah,
Something I realized on Sunday was, because, we're bringing up Merlin. There's a sequel to Merlin called Merlin's Apprentice. Sam Neill plays old Merlin. Like, what the hell? I didn't know that. I didn't watch that. He's also good in Snow White, A Tale of Terror, where, it's like a Sigourney Weaver. That one's fun. Daybreakers. I brought up Daybreakers earlier, but he's really cool.
Oh, yeah, I need to
As
watch
that
that.
main vampire dude. He gets all ripped apart at the end. It's such a great special effects shot.
Was Ethan Hawke in that one?
Yeah, he's the star.
Yeah,
That was silly, him and Willem Dafoe. Yeah. That's like fun, silly,
That's the one where they've got like the blood shortage, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole world is vampires, and how the hell are we gonna, how does that work,
running out of cattle
blood
to bleed.
Yeah.
Running out of people to eat. Yeah, it was a good it was quite a good movie. I quite liked Daybreak.
Like it's a stupid movie, but for some reason we all like it. It's like, why is this so cool?
I think it does have a very good original idea. Yeah, what if the whole world were vampires and they were starting to run out of blood and they were trying to find a way to, try and do something synthetic to help them survive?
Yeah,
the Blade franchise was sort of
it's kind of like the plot from Blade, except they never answered it because the deleted scene just made it look more stupid.
Because Duncan Frost had his idea, and we were like, well, how's that gonna work? When we hear about it for the first time, and Daybreakers was like, yeah, let's turn that into a movie.
I'd much rather see a movie like this than see Nightmare on Elm Street remade. But we're getting
they're doing that again.
But I loved how Sam Neill is like
again. The last one was shit.
Yeah, they're remaking. It's just been confirmed.
Yeah. I do like the idea of like Sam Neill, like they're all vampires and they sit around in suits and they have creepy eyes and they're pale and that's it. They drink teacups full of blood, No, they don't even do that. They put a little bit of blood,
wasn't it? Because they were in the ascendancy. They were the rulers, and it was nice to see. Rather than being an underground thing, they were the head honchos. I've seen that guy second left in so many films, and he's always got that moustache. I can't remember what his name is.
Sorry, I'm here. I just had to close the window.
That's right.
Okay. So, Northern. What was your first Sam Neill movie?
It was as Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. Just the fact that he's kind of playing almost like Indiana Jones, but except he's taking on dinosaurs, and he does play him like a guy who knows what he's talking about. Even though he's having to bloody pretend that he's got these weird CGI dinosaurs wandering around the place, but he still plays it with some kind of integrity, and he's quite cool. He's almost kind of dashing in it a little bit as well.
It's quite different to how he's described in the book.
Yeah, well, the movie is definitely different to the book. I mean, Hammond is an actual villain in the book.
His character gets killed in the book,
It's eaten by compies.
I guess that is one small silver lining is we won't see fucking Alan Grant getting drugged back up in another shitty Jurassic World sequel. So
no amount of money can make on that island.
They'll recast him. What am I saying? They'll have a
young
young
if they
Alan
weren't planning
Grant.
to bring him back, they'll just recast him. So
it'll be an AI Alan Grant.
David Coep's working on the screenplay now. Apparently,
Stop giving them ideas.
Given David Coep's last screenplay, I'm not sure I want to see it.
Yeah, what was it he said in Jurassic Park 3? No force on Earth can make me go back to that island. Well, you returned fucking twice, didn't you?
So,
Alan.
Northern, you haven't seen The Dish.
No, I haven't. I forgot about it until you mentioned it.
I'm going to show you a non-spoiler clip which would illustrate exactly why you need to watch this movie. Tell me if the audio's all right.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please remain upstanding for the national anthem of the United States of America.
Pretty funny. This is Hawaii 5-0, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
I was almost expecting
Apparently that really happened.
I believe it.
Because it's a true story, the Dish.
Some
I
Sam
wanna
Neill
see if
movies
I've
I
seen that or
haven't
not.
seen. Oh yeah, he's in The Hunter with Willem Dafoe. I did see that. That was
I
interesting.
mean, he's in. I realized when I went through his IMDb,
He's in a lot.
There's
in a lot.
probably about 20 movies of his that I need to watch.
So one that really stands out to me that I do kind of want to see based on the name of the poster is 2020's Rams. I'm guessing about like sheep farmers. That looks fun. Also, yeah, he's supposed to be in Godzilla Kong Supernova, which is coming out next year. Huh.
Oh, do you think he completed all his scenes then?
I don't know. That's a good question. I hope so.
I've seen this movie. This is with the guy from The Castle who played the dad, which we also talked about, which I think Enzo you also watched for that stream. This is fun. Yeah, you should definitely watch this. And it's the same director as the movie Last Cab to Darwin, and that is also a very good movie. So yeah, I recommend it. And Northern, do you recognise the sheep on the poster?
The sheep on the poster. Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was an X. I wasn't sure. Just checking.
I mean,
Okay.
is that a? Oh, I see.
Might be. It's been a long
But
time.
is that a
might be
fake
drunk.
sheep? I can't even tell if that's real or not.
I don't know
think it's real.
actually.
There's something off. There is something off. Like maybe it might be a puppet.
No, it's
or
not
something.
real. It's not like AI, but is it like it looks like it might be a puppet or a prop or something.
It could be
like
a
sheep.
prosthetic. Yeah. Mate, but I recommend Rams. Rams are good. Rams are good watch.
What's it? I'm picturing like Blade Runner. Is that ram artificial? Of course it is.
Yeah, that is kind of like the plot of the book, though, isn't it? He's trying to get he gets a goat for his depressed wife, an artificial goat, of course. No, a real goat, isn't it? Yeah. It's been a while since I read that book, so.
Did anybody watch any of Sam Neill's videos that he did during the COVID pandemic from his farm?
Nope.
No, I didn't until I didn't know about him until his death was announced. So I'm gonna try and check him out. I mean, some of these celebrities when they do these YouTube videos, they end up being entertaining. We had Peter Weller being an absolute boss, telling people how to make coffee. It's
well, there's. I mean, yeah. You know what? I've seen dedications come out to stars when they've died from other stars and stuff like that, and it's it's very common. I've never seen quite the gigantic wave of love from not just stars but the public as well, and every actor across the board, because he worked with so many people and on so many films, and it seems like everybody's got a Sam Neill does good story, and I've read dozens and dozens of them, and there's also loads of personal videos and pictures that people have shared. You just need to put Sam Neill into Facebook and literally hundreds will come up of him sort of doing stuff after hours with the cast and crew during a shoot, or having a laugh on set, or just nice stories about little things that he did to help people out. And I had several friends that have worked with him, never met him myself, sadly, and each of them had their own sort of really lovely story about him. Always positive, always upbeat, never rude to anybody on the set. Always kind of looked out for people, and just a joy to work with. And if you look at his CV, you can see that he almost never stops working. He's doing 3 to 4 projects a year.
Yeah, just loves it though, doesn't he? And yeah, thanks for reminding me about Peaky Blinders. God, he was absolutely diabolical in that one. He really was proper full on psychotic. He definitely one of his best roles.
Yeah, we mentioned Hunt for Red October earlier. He played a great role in The Tudors. Did he end up getting executed in The Tudors? Am I remembering that right?
I don't know. I remember certain things in that program, involving mostly the female stars, but that's about it.
I'm sure you do. But there were 4 seasons of it. I've got them actually on DVD. Watched them with my ex, and I remember that I think he's a priest in it, and one of the priests loses favor with the Queen and ends up having a really horrible death. And I think that might have been Sam Neill's character, that somebody committed suicide. Thank you, Lee.
Yeah. Has anyone seen his audition clip for being James Bond before he got taken over by?
Yeah, I saw that ages ago.
He wasn't too bad, was he? I mean, he looked the part. He acted the part. He had that certain class, that charm to it, and I would like to have seen what he would have done with the role if he had gotten it.
I think he had the charm and the suave. With the action scenes, I'm not so sure. But then, that's what you have stuntmen for, isn't it? So
I always felt like he should have done more films, or he should have been in more big films. I never thought he really got although everybody loved him, I never thought he got the accolades that he was due. He was always a character actor, unfortunately. He never really became like a movie selling name, which was a bit of a shame. But
yeah, but he never seemed to care about being a star. Like he
no, he didn't. He just wanted to work. He just wanted to act. He loved it. He loved acting. But I always felt that his acting just deserved a little bit more reward than I think he.
Well, he did do 157 films and TV shows, which is not a bad run. But he should have done more. Al, you should crack the whip harder with your minions.
Yeah, I mean, he's done.
It's late now, to be fair, but yeah.
He's done like sci-fi documentaries and everything, and he was pretty good in it. I mean, because he once again, you need a really good actor with some kind of gravitas to really sell it, don't you?
I don't know I don't know if you know when he went public with his cancer diagnosis, but
I think it was a couple of years back.
Yeah, a couple of years ago now.
So let's say it was towards the end of 23, maybe 24. He still, in that time, shot, let's go with 24, he shot Apples Never Fall, The Fox, Untamed, and then 1 season at least of The 12, which is currently on ITV. I've seen the first 2 seasons of that. I haven't seen the 3rd season. So, I mean, he worked right up until the end, pretty much.
Well, yeah, he's got stuff in post-production, hasn't he? So
yeah, stuff still to come out. Up and Coming 2 here. Yeah, Godzilla, as you mentioned, and The Last Resort.
That's a horrible name for a Godzilla film. That's going to be so stupid trash.
In a Godzilla supernova in the sky.
It's funny. I've got another friend who's doing a film called The Last Resort, and they might have to change the title.
But he's just done a lot of these small films that I've never seen and I've never heard of.
He did loads of straight to TV
loads of it.
dramas so that he could work while he was in Australia. A lot of them are Australian TV dramas.
I see.
So he would pick them, and I've seen a lot of them, and they often came out on like the home video market on the Odyssey label and things like that. And I mean, if you look through those, at worst, there might be an average film in there, but none of them are crap. There's some gems to be found there. And don't dismiss his TV movie work, because some of them are really good. And I mean, there's loads of stuff that I just haven't seen. Somebody else who popped on the panel yesterday, although the title didn't sell it to me, Ride Like a Girl, said that this is a pretty good movie. I know, right? I
was just looking at one called The Triangle. It's about the Bermuda Triangle. That looks interesting.
I've got that on DVD. I have that.
That's all right.
It's all right. It's not as good as it could have been. I was hoping it was going to be The conclusion I thought was a bit okay.
Oh, but it does actually conclude. Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, it's a mini series. It came out as a DVD box set because it didn't get. That was at the time when, if stuff didn't get a TV release because it was pre-streaming, you still had to go out and buy DVD box sets if you wanted to see it if it was only released in America. So during my visits to the States, I would always bring back about 20 DVDs that weren't released in the UK, and that was one of the ones I specifically went to. I had a list of stuff, and that was one of the ones I specifically went to buy.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, that's it. It's this one, isn't it? Here we go.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's interesting. It's Dean Devlin from Independence Day, Bryan Singer. But
if it's a mini series, I'll probably check it out. And it actually ends.
It's basically about the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah,
I just
got quite a few actors that I know of in it. So
it's great cast, absolutely great cast. I just thought the ending maybe could have been better, and Sam Neill's got an awesome tash in it. So
yeah, there he is.
Yeah, well, he's got that classical look, hasn't he? He can pull it off. I grow it. I just look like a fucking like I'm hanging out of a bloody gay strip club in Brighton.
Yeah, and Northern, if you haven't seen A Cry in the Dark, you should definitely watch that.
Yeah, well, if it's going to be one of those movies that's going to make me depressed, I'll have to find a really good miserable day to watch it.
It's not going to make you depressed. It has a happy ending, sort of.
It's okay.
It's a
I
true
think I'm going to have
story.
to watch Event Horizon again. I don't think my missus has seen it, so I think I'm going to watch Event Horizon.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm one of the people that wasn't mad about Event Horizon. I loved him. He was great.
Wow.
I just
Hellraiser in space. Nothing not to like.
the thing that
it is. It is.
It's a retread of a plot that's been in loads of B movies already. By the way, guys, anyone following the football, it's 2-0 to Spain. It looks like Spain are going to win. There's only 7 minutes to go of extra time.
Goodbye, France.
It's great because I did not want an England-France final. So, huzzah! So that would be good.
She's got to do the Argies now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the thing about Event Horizon, and the third act does kind of just, rush a little bit, and everyone just kind of quickly gets killed. But
it goes from 6 to 11 real quick.
I did not expect Event Horizon to be that scary. I remember watching the trailers for it, and I was like, oh, it's like a haunted spaceship. And I remember there's like a specific moment, like, halfway through the movie where Lawrence Fishburne puts his head up against the ship and all these crazy images flash in his head. And it was like that specific moment. I was like, this movie's fucking scary. This movie's freaky.
It was going to be a lot worse. It was going to be a lot worse ends up because there was actually deleted scenes of where you would see the full bloody orgy.
There's a cut out there somewhere.
Allegedly, some people say that footage has been destroyed forever. Other people say that one of the producers has a VHS copy of it somewhere in a vault in Spain.
I thought it was Transylvania.
Well, the truth of the matter where those
I heard stories about them filming those scenes and all the crazy stuff they used.
I can tell you exactly what happened because I know people that were on set.
They used amputees and porn stars and all kinds of crazy crap.
Yeah, I mean, Emily Booth as well, who the drinker interviewed as well, actually was on it as well, and she's pretty much. There was an interview of her describing the scene a little bit more, all the gory details, literally.
And she was covered in goo and all of that. They basically went to the sort of the fetish community in London and recruited them all as extras to do that scene. So you had all these dominatrixes and people like that, and these were all people that did that stuff in real life. So it wasn't like an actor's audition. It was more like they went to the clubs and recruited those people, put loads of flyers around, paid them quite well for a couple of days, and Emily Booth was one of them. So there you go, and there is a lot of footage that is out there that has not been seen.
I mean, imagine with most films, there's a hell of a lot of stuff that never makes it to the final cut.
Well,
so,
dude, you hear about Stanley Kubrick? There's 15 hours of helicopter footage from the beginning of The Shining where they're flying around the woods. What the fuck, dude? What is that dude's problem?
Yeah,
Yeah, he always was. He always had
Stanley
trouble
Kubrick, that was his problem.
articulating as well, though, didn't he? Trouble articulating.
But the point is,
he wanted from
he
the shot.
kept all that film. Yeah, he's got all that film somewhere, you know, and that's where. Yeah, you said they gave it to Blade Runner.
Kind of guy it is. Yeah, I was thinking of Society. Actually, true. I was genuinely thinking of basically an S&M version of Society.
I saw Society at the cinema, man. So
I was talking about how I showed people Freaked, you know, last week, you know, and yeah, that's Brian Yunza and Screaming Mad George also. Insane stuff. Society.
Talking of Naked Lunch, right? The one time I got taken on a date by a girl, she took me to see Naked Lunch. What a movie for a date movie. No, neither of us really. It was like the new movie that was out. It sounded kind of cool. So we were
yeah.
1 minute we were watching something that seemed kind of interesting. The next thing we knew, a huge penis was coming out of a typewriter.
If she was like really into it and, you know, doing like a litmus test, like that could be like wife material, you know, like let me show this guy one of my favorite movies.
We had one more date after that. I think, I don't know. I can't remember, but
blame Naked Lunch for, you know, the relationship dissolving.
Listen, it's not as bad as somebody taking you to see Irreversible for a date. Now that was fuck.
Hell yeah.
That was yeah. I remember it was a French girl.
Oh my God.
We were both at the same acting class. And she said,
she
this
know?
new French film. There's this new French film out. Do you want to come and see it with me? And I was like, yeah, great. I love French cinema. Let's go. And because I like Vincent Cassel, and Vincent Cassel was in it. I knew nothing about the film. And you know, 20 minutes in, I seen someone's head get caved in by a fire extinguisher. And it looked like
before I saw Irreversible, I saw that scene floating around on the internet, and I thought it was like a real video of some guy getting murdered in a club. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it really does look real. It's
especially like on 240, like old internet video, you know, 240p, you know.
Good to see you, Blue. You are missed, buddy. Be good to do a Chew the Fat with you on something at some point soon. Yep, Spain are through.
On Friday.
Spain are through. So it's going to be England v Spain in the final. That's what's going to happen.
Date.
Yeah, so I'll go to each of my guests because we are going to talk about some other things. And I'm going to maybe do a slightly shorter stream than normal because I've been feeling a bit poorly today. So could we, each of you, if you want to say a few things about any of your favorite Sam Neill films and a few words about the man. So we'll go from bottom first. Northern, max 5 minutes. The sound timer's on.
Oh, a very suave, fucking charming actor who just had this sense of class and style, and he will be missed, man. We need more actors like him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
agreed. Is that it?
Yeah, and he fucking ruled in Hunt for Wilder People as well. He was really good.
Yeah, that's another one I recommended. Yeah,
and he should have been James Bond. He really should have.
Could have been interesting.
Yeah.
He could have been a good James Bond in a TV series of James Bond, I think maybe. But yeah, okay. Al, you can have the rest of Blue's time.
I was going to say, he's going to go quite a few minutes. Yeah, he's great. I mean, not only is he an actor that we need a lot more of, he's the kind of actor that we're not going to have going forward because it's just all about twinks like Timothy Chalamet and stuff like that now. You know, I'm not sure that we're going to get these kind of almost gentlemanly actors come up so much. Which is a real shame. So I think from that perspective, yeah, we have lost something. And as I say, I did wish that he'd been in more big movies and that he'd had more of a, maybe more of an impact in the world of cinema. But we've gone through quite a few movies that, you know, will endure and can be considered classics, you know. So I think his legacy is intact. And I think his personal legacy alongside that is pretty unblemished. He was never... From what I remember, he was never involved in any scandals or anything like that.
No.
Word to say about him.
Married and divorced twice, but and I'm guessing probably because he was always working is probably strain on those marriages.
Hollywood, isn't it? A lot of it's very hard to make marriages work in Hollywood because of the the
well, the second one was with he married one of his makeup artists.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and you would think that one would have worked, because if they were to both continue working, they both knew the story, you know, and you planned to take adequate time off and that kind of thing. I do feel for him a bit that maybe that was the part of his life that, you know, didn't. I mean, he did seem very fulfilled. You know, he had his farm and his animals and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he just never. I mean, he was never streaking about politics or anything like that. He just got on. He did the job. He did the job well. There's a whole crap load of films on IMDb that I'd forgotten he was in completely, because that's the kind of guy that. You know, he was in Escape Plan, that film with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I mean, that's the film I forgot about anyway. But yes, he was in that.
So yeah, he's cropped up in all these little films, and I've gone through his IMDb and I've picked out some stuff that I'm going to check out, because as well as him not being enough in the cinema, I don't think I've watched enough Sam Neill. So I, you know,
good. Have you seen The Dish?
I don't know if I've seen The Dish. I read the synopsis.
That's a no. Now, if you've seen The
familiar,
Dish,
but I've got a feeling if I did watch it, I was young. I just don't really remember it. So I
don't think you've seen it. I think you and Northern need to do a group watch of two and report back to us.
We'll do a double bill. The dish and the van. Yeah. Yeah.
You picked up on an interesting thing though. You said you can't think of somebody like him who's coming up. I can. I'm going to mention that person in a minute. Stupenzo. Final thoughts on Sam Neill?
I'll just say the same thing I said Sunday when I found out the news Monday morning. Turkey, huh? Try to imagine yourself in the late Cretaceous period. You get a first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. He moves like a bird, lightly, bobbing his head, and you keep still because you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement like T-Rex. He'll lose you if you don't move, but no, not Velociraptor. You stare at him, and he just stares right back, and that's when the attack comes, not from the front, but from the side, from the other two raptors you didn't even know were there. Because Velociraptor is a pack hunter, you see. He uses coordinated attack patterns, and he is out in force today. He slashes at you with this, a 6-inch retractable claw, like a razor on the middle toe. He doesn't bother to bite your jugular like a lion, see? No. He slashes at you here, or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. So, you know, try to show a little respect.
I'd love to think that Enzo memorized all that and he wasn't reading it.
I love the fact
it was always
I have it memorized.
Sam Neill on the show.
I did it like on the spot Sunday, but yes.
He's got some great monologues, actually. His monologue in Event Horizon, where he's doing the piece of paper and detailing the way the ship travels, it's really good.
Yeah. Going back to the
shortest distance between 2 points is 0, and that's exactly what the gateway does. It folds space-time so that point A and point B coexist in the same space and time. Ship passes through the gateway, space-time returns to normal. It's called a gravity drive. How do you know this? I built it.
Again, almost like Sam Neill was here. Northern, you wanted to say something quick?
Yeah, going back to Jurassic Park, I just love that he's telling this to Freddy Krueger's son, dream son kind of thing. It's been a while since I've seen that fucking movie, though.
Yeah, the kid. I know what you're talking about. So just going to Sam Neill for me has been around ever since I've been into movies. Certainly as an adult, the first thing I saw him in was Omen 3, which was a VHS rental. Probably saw that when I was about 13. Of course, we blagged it because we weren't old enough to rent it. Later found out it was directed by the father of a friend of mine, and she was in my first movie, Graham Baker, who also directed Alien Nation. And he was just kind of, you know what? I went to see Dead Calm because his name was on the poster, because I'd seen 3 things with him in, and he was great in all 3. So I thought, okay, Sam Neill's in this, must be pretty good. Don't know this girl on the poster, never seen her before, never heard of Billy Zane, but this looks good. And then I realised I'd seen Billy Zane in Back to the Future in like a tiny role. But And then after I'd seen Dead Calm, anything that came out that Sam Neill was in, I would go and watch at the cinema. And I had very few films with him that I went to see, and I came out, well, that was crap. And they were all either better than average or good or really good. And he's been in some really, really good movies, including several favorites of people's. Everybody, there's Event Horizon's got its massive fan base. Red October's got its massive fan base. Hunt for Wilder People, huge praise for that. I also think he's one of the most versatile actors of his generation. You could have put him in any role and he would have done just fine. And that sort of follows on to the point that Al reminded me is, who are the Sam Neills that are coming up now? Well, one actor that I've mentioned on this channel before, who I followed him since he was in a very small role in a film called 71, which is an amazing movie, is Jack Lowden. I think Jack Lowden is as good as Sam Neill was at that age. And if you look at Jack Lowden's CV, it's already very, very impressive. And he's done a number of very, very different roles. And I really rate this actor. I think he's very good. He's in Slow Horses, which I think several of you are watching, along with Gary Oldman. So he's an actor I would say is when he's Sam Neill's age, people are going to be talking about him at a similar level of quality, as long as he is a nice guy and is a pleasant person to work with. I certainly haven't heard any bad things about Jack Lowden. Sorry, it's Jack Lowden. I've heard very nice things about Jack Lowden. So there you go. I don't think Zendaya could be the new Sam Neill, no. But Jack Lowden's got a pretty good.
Chris Hemsworth is the new Sam Neill. Just kidding.
I think not. But yeah, he's an actor to certainly look out for.
The only thing I've seen him in is Dunkirk.
Yeah, he had a role in Dunkirk. That's right. We had him on the list for the Pegasus Bridge movie to play one of the main glider pilots. It's so annoying because when we first did the cast list for that, I remember Jack Lowden was on it, Barry Keogh was on it, and Barry Keogh was in 71 and he had no dialogue. And he's in this great role and you can't take your eyes off him. And I literally, as soon as I finished watching the film, I turned to my then wife and I said, I've got to call my casting director about that guy straight away. And I was straight on the phone to Sharon and I said, Barry Keogh, put him on the name for the Pegasus Bridge cast list. And we had him down to play one of the characters, because it's an ensemble cast. There's about 28 parts in it. But yeah, both those two. And then, of course, they both ended up in the Dunkirk movie, which came out just as ours got cancelled. So that was a kick in the bollocks. That was a double kick in the bollocks.
He's voicing Gunner in the Rogue Trooper movie, so we'll see him in that at least.
That's right.
Hearing.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that movie, actually. That's going to be a streaming release, right? The Rogue Trooper thing?
I presume so. I don't think it's getting a theatrical because it's animated for a start. So, it's probably not going to go. An animated adult film, probably not going to go theatrical, but I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Critic Owl had been bugging me about this all week. I've had at least 11 texts and 7 emails. Surely, Lance, we're going to talk about the remake of Little House on the Prairie. Okay, I said, finally. So I watched this today. It's actually pretty good. Did anybody watch the show? Did anyone have a sister that watched the show because horses were in it and stuff?
The old one, I mean, yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
I've seen a few episodes here and there.
Yeah. There's Al with something crawling on him. What is that? Oh, was that a frog?
No, it's a crested gecko.
Crested gecko.
Yeah.
We actually caught it in mid-leap.
It's Groot.
Oh, I love it. Isn't that nice? Don't put it in the spider cage by accident.
You gecko hop. Gecko hop.
Yeah, look at that.
You lazy.
Look at it.
Go on, you can do it.
See, look, when he's pushed to perform tricks, nah, I'm not doing it, mate.
No.
Where's my fee? Where's my fee?
No, you're going to be awkward, didn't you? Yeah, typical.
I'll tell you what I liked about this show, and this has been, by the way, commissioned by Netflix. I've seen the first 3 episodes. There are 8 episodes. They're all out. It's quite dark compared to the original show. It's not as dark as, let's say, 1883, where people are dying every 5 minutes from everything from snake bites to cholera. But this show hasn't got the big sort of opening music. It hasn't got the funny sequence with the girl running through the grass and falling down and all of that stuff. And I kind of wanted to see their version of that, but they don't give you any of that.
I was going to say, I remember it being very wholesome.
It is wholesome, but it's wholesome with, it's very grounded. I think the Indian characters in it are treated very much more fairly and with a lot more historical accuracy. I don't know if in Little House they were still blacking up people for that or redding them up. Well, you remember like Indians in a lot of the cowboy movies in the 60s, you might have a couple of Indian actors or just actors with a different colored skin. They weren't necessarily Indian. And by that, I mean American Indian, native Indian. And then you'd have a load of people with makeup on, making up the rest of the people. Just Hollywood extras, whoever. I can't remember if Little House did that. I don't think they did. But here, everything feels very authentic. The production design is really nice. But I have to say that I've got to credit I'm an acting coach. I've got to credit these actors. The two kids, the two girls are really good. I mean, really good. Because the main character is the youngest daughter, seen in the picture there, second from the left. And casting her, they put out an open call casting for her, I think about 3 months before the production was going to start. So they must have been inundated. And this girl, she fucking nails that role. And she's really good. And I mean, unless she goes down, the horrendous route of drugs and alcohol and all those horrible things, but hopefully not. If she stays grounded and she stays focused, she's going to be at the top of her game in 10 years without a doubt.
Are there any concessions to modernity in it, or
elaborate, Al?
Stuff that they haven't been able to put in because you wouldn't be able to get away with it these days?
That's hard to say 3 episodes in.
Yeah, I get that.
There's a lot of stuff about the Americans stealing the Indian land,
right? Okay,
politics and stuff, but it's all seen from the point of view of the farmers. So this is in the sense of how they see and hear about it.
Okay,
there's a scene where it's implied that something grapey might happen. Fortunately, that doesn't occur. But it's much, like I said, it's much more grounded and real than the real show, and it's a very easy watch. This is definitely a show you can sit down with the family, you can sit down with the kids, and you can watch it. And I mean it off the Real Pod. Welcome to the chat, by the way. I actually thought it was pretty good. It did make me nostalgic for the real show, but I for the old show. But I thought this one was actually way better. And this actress, this is the actress I'm talking about. She is phenomenal. She's so good. I'm going to do an IMDb review for this because I actually thought this was going to be terrible. I'll be honest. I stuck it on. I thought, let me give it a watch because I've been ill all day. So I've been lying down with stomach cramps and stuff. And I put this on and I was really engaged and I started falling asleep in episode 3, so I stopped it and rewatched the end of that episode and then left it there. But it's really, really good. The leading guy is good as well. I mean, it's a solid family unit. But the two girls almost act the pants off the parents, which is quite funny, I mean, to be that confident, that young, is I'm kind of amazed. I remember that. You know what it reminded me of? Quentin Tarantino's film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You've got that young actress in that scene with Leonardo DiCaprio, and the whole gag of that scene is that he's having a massive crisis of confidence, and she's incredibly confident, and she's like this kid. And this kid reminded me of that girl, and I was thinking, this kid must be like that girl, and she's waiting, and maybe this scene happened between these two, She's really good, man. She was really funny. But it's I would give it a watch, absolutely, if you fancy it. And if you like this period of history, it's that interesting period where the Indian Wars have just ended, the American Civil War not that long before that. The trains are starting to kind of crawl across the West, but the motor car hasn't quite arrived yet. It's that interesting period of the late 1800s. We haven't gone into World War One. It's an interesting period of history, the late 1800s, because a lot of technology.
And as a novelty, it's not done by Tony Sheridan, so
No, it's not. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I was really surprised. The one thing that it's not perfect. The one thing that irks me about it is you do have Indian characters that are talking in Indian 1 minute, and then they just slip into English. Now that's not necessarily unrealistic, because I've seen that happen in Uganda, even in the present day, with Indians, as in Indians and Pakistanis, and they will talk in this weird mix of broken English and their native language, because they're so used to speaking both, and they'll slip in and out of both. So I guess that's kind of what they're saying is happening here with the native Indians that are becoming westernized, and I guess that's realistic. But it is quite weird hearing this particular actor going from talking in a very authentic native Indian voice to then sounding like he's a Californian dude, and that reminded me of the horrible American voices in the second Avatar movie, where they just get rid of them by that one word of dialogue. Hey, pretty soon it sounds like American all the time. And I was like, no, it sounded better when it was Na'vi. Keep it, please. Oh no, I've got to listen to the dudes talking like surfer dudes now for the whole.
I'm pretty sure the dialogue's going to be the worst thing about the Odyssey, to be honest.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard someone says "fuck off" at one point.
Yeah, apparently so.
It's really modern language, which is that's going to be jarring.
Maybe that could have been somebody in the cinema that said that really loudly, and people thought it came from them.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah, so these are the various cast members. Again, credit to the casting director; they did a really good job with the cast. I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's very PG. It's not PG-13 even. It's very, very PG. There's no gunfights.
I do like my Hallmark Christmas movies. So.
But it's not cheesy though. It is much that the original show could be very cheesy. This is much more grounded. It's much more. I mean, look, dude, it's not going to be for everyone, okay? But if you want to watch something with the kids,
it's a nice thing, isn't it? We've got so much variety. If you want sci-fi, you can watch a bit of sci-fi. If you want a bit of this,
but as something that honors the original show, but sort of shows a realistic depiction of this time to a degree, I think they did a pretty good job. And like I said, very impressed with the quality of the acting, which is one of the things I'm always keen to see. All right, well, no one else has seen it, so we'll move on to picks of the week. Stupenzo, what you got?
I saw Evil Dead Burn. I liked it, but it's probably the weakest Evil Dead movie. I gave it a B. Like all the other Evil Dead movies, I give an A. I like the new ones. I like the old ones, obviously.
10 on this channel. I keep telling you this every week. So you got to rate it.
So yeah, I mean, I'd give it an 88.7 instead of a fucking 9 and above. I don't know, 8.5, 8-ish, 7-ish.
Pretty damn high, because
that's not my rating.
The thing is, man, like, what did I like about it? It's a new. I like the setting. It's a Tyler Durden Resident Evil 7 dilapidated house in the middle of the woods. I like the family aspect. The movie's like it's one of those movies where I thought it was kind of mid, but then the more I'm thinking about the fact that it's about it's about toxic family loyalty or whatever, there's like some fun elements in there. It's like once the family members become deadites, they become brutally honest with each other, It is a movie written by someone who hates their in-laws. I will say that. I love the deadite dog. I wish there was more of it. I loved how, the gore is great. The opening scene's great. They do some new stuff with the lore. I mean, me and Leon have this discussion before where Leon does not like the new Evil Dead movies. He thinks they're garbage. They're shit. And I'm like, well, why? And he's like, because they're not Evil Dead. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, there's no Ash Williams, and it's not funny. There's no camp. And I'm like, dude, so you're saying if this movie was called Necronomicon, you'd like it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, then your argument is not valid. That being said, this movie, there is no Necronomicon in this movie, which is interesting. This movie is focusing on the daggers. The Kandarian daggers are the MacGuffin in this movie, which I didn't mind.
Evil Dead Rise didn't have enough. It didn't feel like an Evil Dead movie to me to the last 20 minutes. Evil Dead Rise. It felt like it was trying to help. I liked it.
See, I liked Evil Dead Rise a lot, actually. I liked how the fucking children aren't safe; they're all getting killed, and I liked, it was.
I liked her acting a lot, which was great.
It's gore. It's a lot of gore. It's a lot of fun kills and stuff. I do prefer, like, one thing I liked about Evil Dead Rise over the previous one was we ditched the Darth Maul contact lenses for digital computer eyes, and they look better. The computer eyes, they do look cool. That being said, the big monster at the end of Rise is like a big CGI thing, but they keep it in the shadows, and they obscure. You don't ever really get like a good look at it. The problem with this one, I mean, like, what else did I like about it? The cinematography is great. The gore is great. The actress, the one who gets like the car seat impaled into her face, she's awesome. I do love the opening scene. I liked a lot about it. What I didn't like, too much CG, especially towards the end. Like, there's a big CGI big bad at the end of this one that I felt like could have just been practical. He looked kind of like Vecna from Stranger Things or something.
He's got a hole in his head.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. You could have done like a practical guy with like, a green screen makeup on his back of his head or something. I don't know. I just thought that was too much. Also, the big problem I had with it was there's no, like, the previous two end in big bloodbaths. Like, it literally rains blood in the 2013 one, and then Rise, you got the elevator, and then you got the big, what's it called? The big wood chipper, A lot of blood. This one does not really have anything like that. There's a fun scene that's in the trailer where you see these sparks and a little bit of like blood falling down a chimney, but nothing to the level that I was hoping for. Instead, this movie, like, the house burns down, but it's a big CG mess. So, I mean, that was a problem. The other thing that I didn't really, I mean, the problem is the trailer, like, you basically know everyone turns into a deadite except for the one lady. So, I mean, like, spoilers, but I mean, you go see the movie because the kills deliver. The problem is there's also, like, lore issues, like what puts down, there's inconsistencies with what puts down a deadite. Obviously you stab it with a Kandarian dagger, it dies instantly. But like, for instance, one deadite can put a gun in his mouth and shoot himself in the head 3 times and not even flinch and just kind of like get sadistic pleasure out of, blowing his brains out in front of his family members, right? But then another deadite is like grabbing you and you grab like a shaving razor and cut his face and it'll let you go. Ah! So I mean, like, there's no inconsistency. There's like a lot of inconsistencies on like what hurts and harms a deadite. But I am hoping Evil Dead Wrath is like this big buildup with these 3 movies like kind of converging. I like the idea that there's multiple already. Yeah, Wrath is coming out next. I've heard it's a prequel, which would suck, but I'm hoping it's a sequel because the idea that there's multiple Necronomicons, there's multiple Kandarian daggers, there's multiple, deadites, survivors, and deadite demons that are like, I mean, this one's neat because they do some fun stuff with the lore. Like, why is this family being tortured? Because, like, their grandfather is like one of the dudes on all the reel-to-reel tapes we hear in all the movies. Their father was like this crazy, archaeologist who was, digging up Necronomicons and stuff. So it was fun that the deadites actually had motivation. Like, they had a purpose. They were like actually after something, which was fun.
Just randomly trying to kill people and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the problem, the reason why I'd give it a B is because, like I said, CGI mess. And even though it's like pretty, the pacing is pretty relentless, it still kind of drags a little. I don't know. I feel like some of the action just wasn't really like, there wasn't like a lot of great like scares, and there wasn't like a lot of like pulse pounding. Like, the deadites chasing you, and, I should be scared, but I don't think I was. I was more, I definitely had a few sadistic chuckles here and there, and, I had fun watching it. It's not by any means a bad movie, but it is, besides Within the Woods, it's the one of the weaker Evil Dead movies. But I still got to give it props. It's still a solid horror flick, So I'd recommend it. I did like Rise more. It does feel more like a sister film with Rise specifically. And I like the snow. I like the, like I said, change of scenery. There is some really funny stuff at the beginning with the funeral. Like, the problem I had with it, a big problem was the old lady. It's very obviously a young woman in old people makeup, which I don't understand. And then this is one out of the new ones where they're attempting humor a bit more, specifically with the old lady because she has like dementia. And I felt like a lot of those jokes did not land for me anyway. And it was very jarring because it's very obviously a young woman in old people makeup being like, "You came after my money," like doing the old lady voice.
Oh yeah,
and that was a bit much, because I understand she's gonna turn into a deadite and run around, but like, can't you just get an old lady and then during those scenes like get a stunt double or something? I don't know.
They did it all right in X, didn't they? The Thai, what's his name film, the first of the Mia Goth trilogy.
Yeah, Mia Goth, yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
works out
and
all right.
just to answer this question, we did mention it briefly because a couple of us have seen it. It is very good. We haven't sort of done a big dissective chat on it yet, but probably we'll do that at some point in the near future. Furious.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Evil Dead Burn. I recommend it. It's fun. I had some funny anecdotes I told about the movie on Sunday. You can hear that on that show. I sat next to a stranger. That's always fun. And
was that because there was like no room in the cinema, or did you deliberately just go and sit next to the only other person in the cinema?
It was funny because it was like I went to the theater and I wanted the middle seat in the middle row, and there's like one random seat taken next to it, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna get the seat next to it." And this guy shows up. He's like this big black dude. He's got all the snacks, He's got popcorn and fucking soda and pickles and candy.
I get excited from the foods, man.
I'm just by myself with my bottle of water. And it's funny because I was like thinking like I could move over one seat, but I'm not gonna. And, if he wants to move over, he can. I was like, I like my seat, where I'm at. And yeah, me and him just kind of broed out in silence and enjoyed the movie together. We didn't interact with each other. We didn't talk to each other. We didn't say anything to each other. Yeah. We just gave each other like a look at the end of the movie, like, that was decent. All right. See you later, stranger.
Little romance date. It's lovely.
Yeah, it was
Mate,
funny.
maybe next time you book another cinema ticket, he'll turn up again mysteriously.
Yeah.
What I hated was, like I was in the theater completely alone until the movie started. All the commercials and previews aired, and then as soon as the movie's starting, fucking 20 people show up all at once, and they all get in their random seats, and I was like, what the fuck? That needs to stop. Reserve seating, man. It's annoying. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Anyway, that's it.
I hate it when that happens, and
I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, 8. Because the thing is, I give all the other Evil Deads, I give them all A's. I like them all, especially after rewatching the new ones. Like, they're solid. This new one, I don't know. Maybe I'll like it more the second time I watch it, like Hereditary. Maybe I'll bump it up to an A. Because, like I said, there's some cool family. There's like a message about there's like some message about toxic family relationships. There's like a great scene with like because the young guy, he's kind of like a loser. He hasn't done anything with his life. He's wasting everything away. He's letting everything fucking rot under him, and that's like a big thing that keeps coming back. And there's like a great moment where like he hesitates to kill his father, who's clearly possessed and attacking his girlfriend. But then when his girlfriend's evil, he doesn't hesitate at all to try to kill her. And she brings that up. She's like, you fucking coward. And she's a deadite and stuff. Like, I thought all that stuff was neat. But it's not what we're used to in an Evil Dead movie. It's more, like emotional damage than anything.
Emotional damage.
Right.
Has anyone else seen this?
Not yet. It's on the list because I like the Evil Dead films.
Everybody went and saw Moana for some stupid reason. I'm just kidding.
We're not going to talk about that film. I don't even want to waste any time on it. It looks
Yeah, I mean, it's
grubby.
basically a shot-for-shot remake with the colours saturated and the performances are all phoned in. Apparently.
No one with all the charm and imagination removed from it. No, thank you.
And The Rock is wearing some sort of weird muscle suit. What's that about?
Yeah, apparently, I think Snarky J pointed out he has no nipples on there for some reason. I'm like, okay, wait, what?
No. Yeah, we're not even gonna go there.
I went and saw the movie made for adults. I mean, not even really. I mean, I went and saw the movie not made for little girls, is what I mean to say.
Critic Al, give me your pick of the week.
Can it be a bad film?
If that's the one you want to talk about.
I want to talk about King Solomon's Mine.
Oh, the 1980s one.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent! Because I
watched it free on YouTube a couple of days ago, and man, that film would not fly today.
I saw that at the cinema with my first girlfriend. It was a Canon film, and we thought it was going to be, not bad. And then I remember like watching it and thinking, Jesus, when they cut to like the World War I plane chase fight and
it's terrible.
The green screen on that is just like. And none of the jokes really land either. When he boots open the door and nice test, guys, and none of that.
Oh, what with the trombone where he's on the plane on the train? That's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not as good as Harris. I mean, it's such a rip-off of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom as well.
Well, that was a cash-in. Canon cashing in on whatever they thought wouldn't.
Because it's the year after, isn't it? I understand it's based on a series of books. I've not read the books. But the film, it was a notable oddity in the fact that I was watching it and I was just like, I can't, no way. Like if Blue Sky found out about this movie, they'll just melt down. Every single black person in it, apart from like even the ones like a guy, like a retained, but every single one is a fucking savage cannibal. It's ridiculous. Sharon Stone shorts. There's a point in the movie where they just start to shrink, and you see
they ran out of budget for her shorts.
Clearly. Yeah, they must have. It's a film, all right.
She was rumored to be an absolute nightmare on that.
Oh,
set.
Diva, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Chamberlain and her did not get on.
Okay.
From what I hear, yeah, and sadly,
they did a fairly good job of hiding it. Then, to be honest, they worked all right. And I thought she had some good comedic timing and stuff, but the writing's bad. The writing's really bad.
Does she get? She doesn't get naked, right? It's PG-13. Yeah,
get a whole point you had.
You get a bit of leg.
Yeah, quite a lot.
I was thinking of like Sheena. Like in Sheena, she gets it's a PG movie with like full frontal nudity. It's awesome.
No, it's just very. I mean, that's like literally a cannibal pot they're in there.
That scene with the pot is fucking ridiculous.
It's stupid. They're rocking it back and forth to try and escape, and all the cannibals are just like, duh.
They tilt the pot and roll it down the hill to escape. And survive.
There's a lion there.
Sharon Stone said that her contribution to this film and the sequel, which was shot at the same time, consisted of a bad hairdo running through the jungle.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's like there's loads of objectifying of women and like mild racism and all sorts of stuff in it. Like the Indian stuff's not good either. And oh wow, yeah, it was a film. What can I say?
Herbert Lom,
the German guy.
Yeah, Herbert Lom turning up for the paycheck again. John Rhys Davis, purely cast because he was in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly. He plays a bad guy. It was quite refreshing, actually. Like out and out bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny as well because the one thing I remember about this film is it's got a bit of an epic feel occasionally, but it's like
the set pieces are quite,
they shoot like 2 minutes of a gunfight, and you're seeing either the beginning or the end of it, and then it just cuts to another scene, and it's like, well, where was the rest of that battle? Oh, right, you couldn't afford it, so you just
couldn't afford it, basically. Yeah,
you shot basically a bit of it instead of shooting probably what was in the script. Yeah, because it got That's right. Richard Chamberlain did a really funny interview about this, where he said, I thought this was going to be a big budget movie, and when I got there, I realized, oh my god, they are not spending any money on anything.
No, it is noticeably cheap. It is.
Well, Golden and Globus were, notorious for kind of doing everything.
Yeah, it's an Indiana Jones ripoff. I saw Indiana Jones. It's like like the reason Troy was made. All these epic fantasy movies came out, like Lord of the Rings at the start of the 2000s, and everybody was like, what property can we get and try and do something? And for this, it was obviously the Quatermain books. I've not seen the sequel. Yeah. It's on YouTube as well, so I'll probably check that out as well. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse.
I think in the very early days of my channel, me and Inside Man did a B movie. Well, if we didn't do it, we talked about it, but I think we did do it. We did like a collection of, we talked about the B movie straight to video.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones ripoffs of the 1980s.
Obviously, it's 1985, so Northern's not seen it.
No, definitely not. But there were several of them, and I remember renting out one that me and my first girlfriend watched. Oh god, it was awful. Something like River of Death, or Bloodstone was another one.
Yeah.
Treasure of the Four Crowns. You know what? Me and Inside Man definitely did do this stream, because I remember us talking about Treasure of the Four Crowns, River of Death, Magic Crystal, Curse of the Snakes Valley, High Road to China. And some people call Armor of God an Indiana Jones ripoff. I think that's unfair. I think that film is good enough to stand in its
One thing I did like about this film was actually the Jerry Goldsmith score. Fairly early on, I heard some of his instruments. Very Jerry Goldsmith.
It's got that kind of yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's trying to be Raiders.
At the beginning of the film, you had this kind of like, in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, where you have the Klingon theme. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. There was something like that in there at the start of the film. And I was like, that's Jerry Goldsmith. And I looked it up and I was like, yes, it is.
Well, if you want to see a top quality Indiana Jones film, look no further than Fire Game with Robert Ginty from The Exterminator. This is a classic one that also came out in the 80s.
I've not seen this.
Also known as Gold Raiders. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. I mean, you can just tell. You can tell from the quality of the various video covers what you're getting.
This looks like the kind of thing that they would cover on Red Letter Media, Best and Worst.
Probably. I've seen nearly all of these movies, because they would, they'd always package them to make them look exciting. And there are so many full films on YouTube. So many. Thousands. Absolutely thousands of them. And if you've got an ad
just on my channel alone, shit.
Literally.
I mean, Enzo, you specialize in tracking down some of these kind of things.
Oh yeah.
There's another one that came out with Michael Dudikoff, and again, I think this was canon. Again, Herbert Lom, desperate for work after being typecast in the Pink Panther. Bless him. Good actor, to be fair. I just think he, got typecast. River of Death with Michael Dudikoff. That's another one. And again,
I've seen that one.
Definitely no racial stereotyping in this one.
Yeah.
Alistair McLean's River of Death. Yeah, that's where the similarity to the book ends, with the name Alistair McLean. But yeah, I mean, what would you give the King Solomon's Mines out of 10?
Oh man, I mean, it was interesting to watch in a kind of like, I can't believe this film, but it's not a good film. It's not a good film.
No.
It's nearly it's nearly an out and out comedy. They're trying so hard for the laughs all the time. Maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not good, but it was fun to watch,
Yeah.
Like this scene, they've literally got a tribe that hang upside down. There he is. Go back on screen. They hang upside down like monkeys in Jungle Book and swing about in the trees.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's bonkers. That.
And they're called like the Umbongo Bongo tribe or something like that. I was like, what am I watching?
Very realistic.
But yeah, it's not a good film. It's it's got a load of people that you've seen in it though. You know, like actors. You're like, you're probably too good for this. I don't know about Sharon Stone, but like literally every single depiction is just savages, primitive savages, like shaking spears and shields and stuff, and it's just.
Could we do a modern version of King Solomon's Mines now, and do it justice, or would it?
Well, apparently this is nothing like the book anyway.
No, but sure.
You cannot make this film now.
I've seen the original black and white movie, which I have to say is very, very unexciting. But I wonder if can they do a throwback to this kind of. Because it's Riger Haggard that wrote the original.
Yeah, I really don't know if you can make this these days. Not without changing it a hell of a lot, elevating the female role right up to make her.
There's the famous cooking pot scene.
Exactly.
I bet all these extras were standing there going, "For fuck's sake."
Like wankers, seriously.
Like, yeah, they were going like, "For fuck's sake, we're being portrayed as cannibals again."
They literally got the voodoo skull masks and stuff on, and just like, oh, God,
comedy gold. Yeah, he's literally got a twirling moustache.
He has like
literally got a twirling moustache.
Because it's before Nazis. It's like it's meant to be the 1880s, and I think they've set it around about 1910, so it's before Nazis. But yeah, it's. I mean, wow. But there's bits of it that are just straight off rip-offs of Temple of Doom.
I'm pretty sure this same castle set was used in Deathstalker, and they've just repainted it.
It does look quite similar actually. Yeah.
You remember those movies? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the Deathstalker movies.
Deathstalker and Wizards of the Lost Kingdom, which had a great poster that promised Lord of the Rings, but basically delivered a pile of poo.
They remade it last year. I need to check it out, the new one. No, I don't know if it's any good, but yeah, this is archetypical of the entire film. That is basically what you get.
They remade Wizards of the Lost Kingdom.
I don't think so. Deathstalker they have.
Oh, definitely. Deathstalker. Oh, really?
Yep, last year.
Okay, I need to find out. Who else has seen King Solomon's Mines? Stupenzo? Seen it? He's gone to sleep. Okay. Luke, you seen it?
I might have seen a little bit on TV, but I've forgotten a lot about it, though. I have.
Sorry, I'm going to have to take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
It's mad because when you go through the screenshots, you can actually see Sharon Stone's shorts getting shorter and shorter as well. She's wearing hot pants by the end of the film. It's ridiculous. Obviously, like, this film's a piece of shit. We need to show off Sharon Stone's legs.
Yeah. Why do I get the feeling Sharon Stone got pissed off because she wanted a bit of Richard Chamberlain, but then he was like, sorry, I'm gay. Okay, please don't tell anyone.
Did that happen? Could that happen?
I'm just speculating. I'm just taking the piss. I'm taking the piss, really. Who knows?
Yeah. Deathstalker is happening. You're right. There it is.
That is out. It's already released. I've not seen it yet.
Me, or does he look like Keanu Reeves in this guy? He looks like Keanu Reeves in this picture.
No, I think you're real. I think he looks more like Richard Chamberlain, but maybe it's because I've just got Solomon's Mines stuck in my head.
So Patton Oswalt, is it? Is that him? He's really buffed up, hasn't he?
Oswalt has buffed up.
I used to be a short guy, but now I got buffed up, and now I'm handsome.
I mean, that's this is the kind of poster that you would get for.
See, I think he looks like Sean Bean there.
Yeah,
he looks like Sean Bean out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not seen this yet. But I'm going to check it out because the original 1985 Deathstalker is just a load of fun. It's not a great film, but it's loads of fun. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's going to be good camp fun. I don't know if anyone saw the interview with Timothy Oliphant where he accidentally called Patton Oswalt a douchebag. I mean, he was really trying to be very
accidentally,
inconspicuous about it. It's like, you know, I've hung around with a few actors who are douchebags, and you know, one of them's been on my show, he's been on your show, Conan. I was like, well, the only one from your show that I have interviewed, apart from you, is Patton Oswalt. And Timothy Oliphant's like, whoops.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Watch his interviews. He's fucking hilarious.
I have watched them.
He really is.
I watched a compilation. You might have seen the same thing on YouTube, where he just doesn't give a shit and he's saying all these funny things. But I don't think I saw him do the Patton Oswalt thing. Do you know if I'm just checking to see Critic out if Deathstalker, the new one, is out.
It is out. It got released digitally, if I remember correctly. I've got a copy of it, I think.
Well, good news, everyone. Guess what your homework is for this week? We're all going to watch the new Deathstalker. You're right. It is out. I've got it. By that, I mean, I've now ordered it and it's on its way and I've paid for it.
Of course, Amazon special. I have no idea if it's any good. I have no idea if it captures the charm of the original. I mean, there was quite a few. There was like 2 or 3 Deathstalker films.
I mean, I've got to disagree with you here. I'm not sure the original actually had charm. It was.
It was funny. Go on.
It was a really badly made B movie. There's one bit, right? There's a big.
The second one was better, wasn't it? The second one was half decent.
I don't know. There's 3 of them. There's three of the originals. They're all blur.
I went through a stage of watching loads and loads of like any sword and sandal fantasy movie I could find, sword and sorcery type thing. I watched.
I mean, the really good, and it is a good film. The really good, B movie of this type is Sword and the Sorcerer.
That was that's good.
And that's a good film. Directed by my late great friend Albert Booth. Deathstalker 2, Jewel of the Titans.
Yeah, and then Warriors from Hell, and then Match of Titans.
Yeah, Warriors from Hell I haven't seen, and Match of the Titans I haven't seen.
I don't think I've seen the 4th one, no.
The original one is 1983, and I worked at a video store, so I had the poster for this.
They're all very sort of Boris Vallejo, ladies.
Yeah, because he did the cover for Amazons as well, which was another film made by the same group of people, which was a terrible movie. And I mean, this film sort of promised, cool-looking monsters and
maybe don't go through the screenshots for Deathstalker 1983. Right,
okay. Maybe I'll take this down in a second. It did not deliver what this poster suggests. We got a bloke who looked like he was wearing a dead pig's head for this orc thing.
Yes, yeah, oh god, yeah.
And the fight wasn't particularly good. It was pretty bad, to say the least. But these were the films these were the films that were laden on the video shelves of the 80s and 90s. Yeah, Miss Sparkles agrees. He does look like Keanu Reeves. That's the guy in the new one. But yeah, okay. So guys, we're going to watch Deathstalker. All right, Enzo, you up for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
I've seen it.
Sorry,
no. Have you seen the 2025 one?
I've seen them both.
Oh, you've seen the new one?
It's all right. They're both all right.
So you've seen Enzo. You've seen this one. You've seen this one.
I did. I saw this one and the Red Sonja remake as well.
Oh god, Red Sonja sucked.
We did the Red Sonja review. I know we've all seen that.
Talked about that.
Okay, cool. Well, Enzo, you've already done your homework, so that's easy for you. I'm going to watch this for next week. Somebody please remind me next week to talk about this.
Will do.
But we'll do this as our B movie of the week next week. Cool. Glad you brought those up. Critic out. Although next week we may not be so glad.
Yeah, potentially.
Northern, what pick have you got this week?
I am trying to give a new show a go called R.J. Decker. I mean, Toxic Camera recommended it a few months back, and I was kind of finding the time to check it out. And so far, it's okay. I mean, Miami looks nice, and it does have a little bit of a Ben Notice feel about it. And Scott Speedman is he does play a very likable sort of like low life gumshoes. He's basically this photographer who got done for a crime and got set up and did 2 years. So now he's decided to become a private investigator in Miami, and he's got this friend who won the lottery, and he sort of like helps him out with the cases and that. And occasionally he works with a police officer who's also the girlfriend of his ex-wife, which makes things awkward. And occasionally the woman who helped put him in jail is pops in occasionally to try and redeem herself with him, which he's still kind of skeptical. But the private, the detective aspect is actually pretty good. And once again, if you like a good low-life gumshoes with a likable charm, this will do it for you. But I don't know if it's the greatest show I've ever seen yet. I think I'm still only 2 episodes in. I'll see what the rest is like, and if it gets a second season, hopefully it could. It seems like a show that's trying to find its feet at the moment, so who knows? But I hope it does. I hope it does get better, though. I mean, it's fun, okay, but I think it could be a better show.
So, what's your rating out of 10 for it at the moment?
At the moment, I give it a good 3.5 because it's still decent, and the characters are very likable, and he's a straight white guy that's not made to look like an idiot in front of his lesbian counterpart, and she kind of has a bit of snarkyism to her, but she does occasionally come through with him, from what I've seen, and like I
Is
said,
that 3.5 out of 10?
Yeah, 3 out of 10. I'll give it maybe 7. Seven. Sorry,
10.
Sorry, bad habit from my ratings, from Miami Vice ratings. I do apologise.
Right. just do the same across the board. I don't know. I just held on that character. Better looking than these two. So at the minute, it's not a recommendation. I think you need to see.
No, it's. I think it's worth giving a go. I think it's worth giving a go, and who knows if it gets picked up for a second season. I think it might. It could get better. I think it's still finding its feet at the moment.
You sound pretty unsure.
No, I like it. I don't like it. I just think it's finding its feet. It's because we've seen this with loads of shows where they start off just okay. They're entertaining enough, but then they get better once they reach like season 2 or 3.
Good to see you, Ron is right. Thank you for popping in the chat. All right. Well, I like Scott Speedman as an actor. He's pretty charismatic. He can definitely lead a show. I just feel like there's been a lot of shows like this. What is it about?
Yeah, it is. I was warned it tries to be a bit like Burn Notice, and Burn Notice is a much better show.
It sounds very like Burn Notice. Apart from he doesn't work for intelligence or whatever, but it does sound very similar.
Yeah, it has kind of got that little sort of like sense of humor and that kind of little back and forth banter between the characters, but it never goes overboard. It never goes too James Gunny though, which is good. And once again, the detective aspects of it is still pretty watchable. So I can't fault him for
that. Critic out, just diversing for a moment. The thing I wanted to say about Deathstalker. So this is the Deathstalker castle set that you might.
Oh yeah.
That gets used in all of those movies, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen it in loads of stuff. It even turns up in some sci-fi movies.
It's not the same one as King Solomon's Mines. You can tell because of the different trees behind it. It does have probably a similar level of budget.
True.
There's a battle sequence in this castle, which, by the way, has no strategic value because it only goes like for about 20 feet, so people could just come around the side of it. There's no attempt to get over the wall or anything.
No.
They couldn't film an actual attack on the castle because they didn't have enough of it. But
enough budget to build the rest of the castle.
If you listen to the ADR in that battle scene, right, you can tell that they just got 20 extras who are not particularly skilled to shout out shit in a room. You can hear one guy going, "Go on, hit him, go on, hit him." It doesn't even sound like a proper fight. It's really awful. And I remember when we were watching it on VHS, we actually rewound it to listen to that track and going like, "Who recorded this?" It's pretty dire. Drew Gordon, Star City. I'm about halfway through Star City. That's a show I'd like to talk about when I finish watching it, but it is a great show. I highly recommend it. Comparison show For All Mankind. Ron didn't like For All Mankind. I disagree, mate. I really like that show. I definitely didn't find it boring. It grew on me really, really quickly. But won't be for everybody. It's just the way it goes. Yeah, okay. So all right, well we're gonna start to wrap things up. I thought I was gonna try and end early today. We seem to have gone for the usual time anyway.
Yep, sorry about that.
Yeah, but everybody got to go, didn't they? I haven't missed anyone out.
You've got a week to recover to next time now, so it's all good.
Indeed, I have. Yeah, so now I've got a couple of announcements. Enzo. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Okay. It'd be great if you could backtrack that industry interview picture for me for Carl Howman, who's been on my channel now. Don't know if you guys saw that interview last week, or actually it might have been 2 weeks ago now, but he was in the Long Good Friday, and he came on my channel. He's done a shitload of stuff. He's the lead in Brushstrokes, which is a very beloved British TV show.
Yeah, I saw it popped in the chat, didn't I?
And I don't have a proper poster for him, and it's been mentioned. So, as opposed to all my other guests, and I did send you a photograph of him. This is the actor in question, but you have got a picture of him. This is this guy, but the picture you've got of him is he's older and he's bald. But I don't know if you guys saw that interview, but I thought it had been cancelled. Fortunately, it wasn't, so we went up half an hour late. But it was absolutely fantastic, and he did he was great. He stayed on half an hour longer than was agreed, and he also revealed that there was a British comedy called Party Party, which I don't know, Northern, if you've seen it or not. Came out in the 80s. It's got all the 80s sort of young generation British actors of the time in that show. So a lot of the cast from Comic Strip Presents are in it. Daniel Peacock's in it, and Daniel Peacock and Carl Howman just did a read through for a sequel for it, where it's the two lead characters who were doing a party at their parents' house and now trying to arrange a party at their old people's home. I shit you not. And that film went into production this week, and he's going to give me an invite to the cast and crew screening of it. So that was all quite unexpected, and I didn't expect to find out that was we talked about Widow Bay the other week. Most of us gave that a very, very high rating. Awesome. Really liked it. Yeah. But I need a Carl Howman thing. So the other news that I've got, so we've been talking about Man of War, of course, and I gave that a very high rating. You guys will also know I interviewed the director, William Cowper.
Drinker gave that a plug on Twitter as well.
Well, that's because Drinker got to watch it. I made that happen. So I knew he would like it, and it was a risk, obviously, because he might have hated it, but I knew he would like it because me and him have very similar taste. Yeah, and he did give it a shout out, and it's had a massive impact, actually. So the lead actor of Man of War, LaMonica Garrett, is coming on the channel for an industry interview.
Cool.
So, hopefully one other person from the cast as well, but until that's confirmed, I don't want to say. So it's going to be soon. It might happen quite last minute. But yes, depends. I need an industry interview for LaMonica Garrett as well. Leave thumbnail. So that would be that's going to be a great interview. And he of course is one of the lead actors in 1883. He's worked with Taylor Sheridan. So a massive focus of that interview is going to be about his work with Taylor Sheridan. So that's going to be a really interesting interview. Of course, we have the new podcast every Monday night. I can't believe I'm doing a podcast on Monday and Tuesday now. But the Monday one is so different because it's about Ibiza and all things Ibiza related. It's actually kind of really cool that I'm doing these two things that could not be more diametrically opposed. And it's been a tremendous amount of fun. So even if you're not remotely interested in Ibiza, but you fancy popping in the chat when we're up, please do. And I've got 2 more interviews coming up in August. We've got actor and producer Tommy Gale coming on. I've also got independent film director Hayden Hewitt coming on, one on the 12th of August and one on the 13th. Hayden Hewitt recently worked with James Dreyfus, and James Dreyfus very kindly set that up for me. So, yeah, so that's all great stuff. I think that's all of the ones that are booked in for the moment. There's a few I'm waiting to pin down. Oh, sorry, no, I forgot. There's 2 at the end of July as well. I've got actor, producer, director Stephen Murphy coming on the 22nd of July, and an industry interview on the 21st of July. So these are both one day after the other with Jeff Morris as well. So those are both next week. So yeah, quite a busy time for the Outcast Creative. Don't forget as well, if you are a creative person, any of the 16 people that are currently watching, or you have a friend who has got a project that needs supporting, send them our way. Send them care of the Outcast Creative Facebook page, or they can reach out to me via Twitter, Lance Nielsen WD. Miss Sparkles says, bold and aggressive, my kind of man. So, Admiral Teag,
time to Phil Mitchell then.
Well, indeed. Admiral Teag couldn't make it tonight, but always good to see you in the chat, mate. Sorry you couldn't make it today. Yeah. So, anybody wanted to say anything real quick before we head out? Did you want to plug anything? Yeah. Any stuff you want to plug, guys?
Tomorrow's We Watch is Dante's Peak, and I'll be on AJ's channel later tonight. Abomination AJ, Tighten Up Tuesday.
Gail Ann Hurd.
Yeah, check out last Sunday's Dork Side. It was a real solid 9-hour episode. Me and Dudicus were real funny on that one.
Excellent. Critic out.
My next video will be on the YouTube creatives, so it will cut whatever the hell Chris Stuckman's film was, because I can't remember. Backdoors, Iron Lung, and Obsession. Because I recently watched Obsession and I was blown away. I thought
you should put All in Good Time in there as well.
Yeah, could do. It's only short, but yeah, difficult put that in there. Although to be fair, I get enough fucking feedback. Flattery, enough
flack.
Oh God, flack. That's the word. Yeah, flack for my bloody review that I did on All in Good Time already.
We had. I think there was 2 people that did sort of 2 bashing reviews, and one of the guys who did a review is part of our own network. Andrew.
Yeah, he was on my Howard the Duck We Watch.
Right, and I was like, really, you're going to do that to Grift, man? And I didn't realize he was like that. I mean, listen, he can still come on my channel. I don't give a toss, but I didn't actually watch the review, but I did write underneath it because the headline of it was aimed squarely at Drinker, and it's like, look, because that Drinker makes a shit film. Well, he produced it, but he was completely creative, hands off. He didn't write the script. He had no say on casting. I had total say on casting. I had total say on crew. So if you're going to come at anybody, you should come at me. Me and Morley, you can come at, because we're the key people that made that film.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you like, Mauler's quite a big YouTuber, and you're gonna get haters. It's as simple as that.
Oh, I mean, I don't care. They can come. It's absolutely fine. I've posted under every review. Thanks for reviewing the film, because they give it. They just get more people to watch it, whether they're slagging it off or not, and they probably can't get their head around
an honest review, like I give everything. But
no,
I was shilling it and then everything. So
yeah, and if you'd hated it, you probably wouldn't have reviewed it at all. But I'm quite happy for people to say whatever they want. But when you're an obvious shill, it does kind of stick out a bit, dude. Like, really.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, you see these glazed responses from all sorts of. I mean, those people actually genuinely turned around and said Supergirl was a good film. It was like, well, I'm pretty much going to never trust anything you ever say ever again. You know.
I think he's still on my Twitter because I've invited him on the channel before and shit. Let me just check if he's right. So actually, Andrew. Oh right, I'm following him, but he's no longer following me. Okay.
No, upset him.
Well, I mean, presumably because I I made the film. I don't know.
I've never heard of him, so.
Well, he describes himself as the world's most average media critic, which I think is an accurate description. So,
fair enough.
Yeah. I'm not going to unfollow him actually. You know what? Because that's going to his world. I'm going to stay true to myself. I don't get that. I don't do that. So, okay. Northern, sorry, mate. Did you want to plug anything before we head out?
Yeah, Friday, me, Toxic, and hopefully Nadia might be popping on to talk about Obsession for Bastards breakdowns, because how can we not talk about that movie? It's been one of the biggest movies. It's outdone Supergirl, all the big. Sorry, that's the bloody dog scratching in the back. Oi, that's enough.
Well, when they said they were doing the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the post that I put up, which was liked by several other filmmakers, by the way, was, why don't you spend that money making 5 independent small horror films with young directors instead? I bet that'll make more money.
I think that'll be the way they go. I think what they'll do is they'll do small budgets and try and get like the social media hype around it and get that to elevate the movie. I think it's a natural progression for those studios like A24 and things like that.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, before the dog started interrupting, she's scratching at the bloody rug on the bloody bedroom floor for some reason. She's trying to get comfortable. Yeah, she's really rude. But
mate,
yeah,
it's probably all the lies that are in the rug.
And it's basically this movie has basically been out doing all the big budget movies who have been flopping, and it's one of these movies I watched the second time and started noticing more and more different things. And who knows, on this third rewatch, I can probably notice even more new things, because I've been watching a lot of Curry Barker's stuff on YouTube as well, and he seems to know what he's fucking doing.
Honestly, in the film, just in the one viewing I had of Obsession, I saw more creativity and more talent than a lot of supposed Hollywood films that I've seen recently.
Yeah, because he's not spelling it out. I mean, I did not notice it until
not just that, just the framing, the directing. Yeah. Certainly, Indy's acting, it was amazing. The guy wasn't bad either. Again, such a simple premise. You don't need a massively complicated, magnum opus of a script. You can have a simple premise, and if you can tell the story in an intelligent and interesting way, then you will end up with a decent film. Yeah, so I certainly thought Obsession was very good.
It would be fun sometime this year to do an actual stream where we write a plot for a movie from scratch, live. Obviously we won't be writing the whole script because it takes, but what we can do is we can come up with the complete story beats, the story, the premise, and whatever, and then someone fucking steals it on YouTube and goes,
it was great. Yeah. It'd be like the episode of Black Books where they burn it because the book's too good.
It would be an interesting exercise to see what we can get.
I mean, I one of the first things I did as soon as Alien Earth finished was basically come up with a premise for my own Alien movie that own Alien series that I genuinely believe is better. So I'll be up for doing that.
Yeah, I do have an idea where No Time to Die has Paloma being the actual ally throughout the film, and Numi is nowhere in it whatsoever.
Okay, that's not where I was going. I was going with, we're going to create something good. But anyway, all right. So, thank you for those suggestions. Thank you to my co-host, Stupenzo, an amazing dude who's always doing fantastic little bits of art for me. Thank you to Northern and Critic for popping on as well.
Anytime.
We'll be back next week at the usual time. I think there's a couple of Tuesday's coming up. I'll talk about this later, but I think there's at least one when I won't be here, possibly two. Those are in September. Also, don't forget we've got the Monday night podcast every night as well, and also those interviews that I mentioned, which are coming up. I've got new end credits for the Monday night podcast. So they won't have the names of Critic, Stupenzo, and Northern English Bastard, but you can see them because they're really cool.
When you're about to arrive for that very first time, a rush of fear-filled adrenaline. Whatever the experience, it will be mine. Looking out the window, turquoise waters coming into view. Mm.